Hey, welcome to the what?
Welcome to another episode of Trash Talk with Bobby and Shine. That's Bobby. I'm Shine. What it do? What the business is, ladies and
Man, we
gentlemen?
back in the building, man. We back in the building for another show, man, on Sunday nights, 9 o'clock. Hey, join us every Sunday at 9, man. We in here. We in here. Hey, Shine, I'm gonna say something you said earlier, man. Hey, we did a lot of living this weekend, man. We did
You
a lot of
can't
living.
use my line. I know I be dropping bars, but you can't be using my
We
lines.
did a lot of living out
Did
there,
a lot
man.
of living this weekend. Got a lot to unpack. So let's jump right into it. So, was BKFC, did they deliver again? That's the main question. Did BKFC deliver again? If I had to vote, I'd say yes.
I would say yes as well.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming to Trash Talk with Bobby and Shot. We'll see. Wait, what?
Let's get into some analyzation, man. Let's get into some analyzation. Today we're gonna talk about BKFC 19. We're really gonna talk about the three women's fights, man, because that was the most interesting part about it. And then we're gonna get to the TikTok. We're gonna throw in some influencers fights that they had too. Some good, some bads, mostly bad, but we might throw some good in there too. And Tilly Dilly came back. He's back in the building. Tilly Dilly is back in the building. I got something to say about him as well. It ain't positive. It's probably negative. Then we're gonna give you UFC 265 picks, man. Sean got some picks out there that you might want to listen to. And then in other news, you know what it is. It's other news. But let's get into the first topic of the day, man. PKFC 19. You already answered the question. Hey, did this one prove to be as good or just as good as the last fight we covered, which was PKFC 15?
Yes. And and it's hard to for these shows to do this to where you know you got one shot, you do not miss your chance to blow because opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Bars. Um
That's Eminem though. But go ahead.
I was just saying Eminem got bars. But anyway,
Whatever.
officially, 5 minutes on the clock. Uh they had to deliver again. So the last one that they put together, they were like, okay, it's a good card. And some stars arose from there that they didn't necessarily think was gonna happen.
Exactly.
Albeit your Taylor Starling,
Yep.
albeit Britton Hart, who a little bit, but she got the rub, the Van Zant rub,
Yep.
and all of that. And so then they had to put on another card, to which then they're hoping to sort of pull that off again. And bam, they pull it off again, and it's like, wow, what a card, you know. The main event. Say whatever you want with the main event. It did not happen the way we expected it was gonna happen. Kinda, sorta.
Well, it did happen to a certain extent to what I expected to happen. So the first thing we're gonna get into talk about in the BKFC 19, we're not gonna spend a lot of time on it. Van Zant versus Rachel Ostovich. Man, I'm telling you right now, there was some blows thrown the last, what was it, 2 nights ago. There was some blows thrown 2 nights ago. You can see in these three photos right here, somebody got knocked behind the washing machine a couple times. They didn't
Blicky.
go down, but they got knocked behind the washing machine. But let's get into the first. Well, not the first, but it was the last fight. We're gonna talk about it first because it was. I feel like it's the most. It wasn't the most interesting fight of the three, and the reason I say that is because Van Sant didn't come out and win like we expected her to do. Now BKFC set Van Zant up to win this fight. It was an opponent that she recently beat in the past. Rachel was coming into an environment she's never been in before. This is brand new to her. And when we talk about Taylor Starling, I'm gonna elaborate on why I felt like Van Zant was set up to win this fight. I feel like Paige didn't come out with the gut or the grit that was needed to beat Rachel in the first 2 rounds. Because if she would have came out slanging and banging, throwing those dub deuces, trying to knock her behind the washing machine, then I feel like she would have won this fight early. But she didn't do that. I feel like Rachel came in. She did something good in the first round. In the first 10, 15 seconds, she came out. She hit her with an overhand right. She cracked her a little bit. And Paige Van Zandt was on her back foot the rest of the night. And as you can see, as the rounds kept going up, the round 3, 4, it felt like Rachel had the most opportunities to land the overhand right and crack her to a point where Paige didn't want to get too close. Even though Paige did a great job of jabbing her, they weren't doing as much damage as that overhand right. But for me personally, Paige Van Zandt, I don't know where she goes from here, but it's just to be the biggest name on the card, you needed to get this win. And the figures coming out, how much she got paid? She got paid over six figures, man, for to lose. And I think she got paid over six figures to lose in the last two fights.
She
But
got paid 6 figures to fight.
she got paid six figures to lose. But
The
you can say what you
result
want.
the result of the fight does not do anything with her check. Once she moved to that, I can guarantee once she stepped on the scale, she was already paid. Now,
Yeah,
with
true.
that being said, I can agree with I don't agree with the fact that she was set up to win because look, Rachel Archevich was it's not a pushover per se. You know,
I'm not
Rachel
saying that.
Archevich, she is going to come fight. She's
I
got
know.
she's got to settle a score to settle. And in here's a question right here. If Paige Van Zant doesn't pull it off and what you call it, Rachel only gets better, can Rachel be the face of BKFC?
Her name is not out there like Paige Van Zandt is.
Oh, her name was on the center of the cage just like Paige's was. Just saying.
I know, but what Rachel, what I knew of Rachel is what I knew of her Friday. I didn't know
Okay.
anything about her in the UFC. Even though
Okay.
she fought for the UFC, I didn't know anything about her.
Okay.
But Paige Van Zandt, you know about Paige, even though she was a middle of the road fighter. I think she was like 9-5 in the UFC.
Well,
She and
Gage.
yeah, 12 gauge, whatever. But I just don't. I for BKFC, it did them a disservice for her to lose, but also there were some other fights that did them great with the attention they got from Paige Van Sant. So I feel like they still go on an upper trajectory, but it could have been a lot more exponential if Paige would have won this fight. Man, God, dog, you see the word? You see that word placement? You see them word placements?
This guy. Uh so but look at the picture. Hey, Paige went backstage quick. That's
Yeah, no,
fast
she
as I
got the hell
seen
up out of there.
Paige. That's fast as I seen Paige move ever.
She moved faster
They
getting the hell up out
said
of there than she
Rachel
did in the whole
by
fight.
the time Rachel Ostovich landed, Paige was out the ring. She was gone. It
She
was
was
crazy.
gone, boy.
It blew
She
my
was
mind.
gone.
I do need to talk about one thing, and that is so Rachel Ostovich won, and it was great. We had this moment, overcome with emotion. Like, who is my man trying to hand her this can? She like, they like, and your winner is split decision, won it for 48-47.
What? That was a split decision?
I think it was a split decision. Let's
Come
look
on
up
now.
the results, ladies and
No,
gentlemen.
man. No, Rachel beat her
I was
handily.
unanimous. I was
Oh,
unanimous
well,
decision.
don't say that,
One
man.
of them was a different one, 48-47. The other two were 49-46, 4 rounds of one. One of them was closer. That's what it was. Thought it was a split decision. I apologize. That's why we got the stuff pulled up. But anyway, she's overcoming emotion. I did this. It's been 2 years. Hey, hold the can. It's been 2 years since I got this. I'm so. Hey, yo, can you hold this can? We got contractual obligations. What is my man doing right now?
I don't know, man.
Why? Why? Like,
Mm.
you could wait. Like, stand up, interview. Here's the can. My man is like, yo, you better get this can. It's crazy. It's crazy. But
I need to talk about something right here next.
Paige has
Look,
something to say to
so
everybody.
Pig,
Whenever she was done,
so
she
here's
let
the thing.
everybody know.
So here's the thing though. So Paige, if you went to her Instagram after the fight, she didn't have a picture posted at all. So she went through the whole process of what was she going to do or put up as her picture for her account on Instagram. And she came up with this picture right here. And the biggest thing for me is that Paige during the last fight with Britton Hart, Britton was ecstatic with getting the dub over Paige Van Sant, a big name, and now her name's on the map for beating Paige Van Sant. And Paige said to her in the ring, be humble. And all I'm saying is that you're gonna get some of that haterade. You know haters gonna be on your block and they're gonna be knocking on your door ready to say something bad about you. Be humble. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to say nothing back to the haters. You can put an inspirational quote up there saying, I'm gonna come back better than ever. This is only a stepping stone to the next. The next day will be better than the day. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Plug your book like you did. But you ain't gotta stick a middle finger up to the haters because all you doing is proving them right. That's all I'm saying about that situation.
What you
So
mean? You gotta let them know.
if I had to give Paige any advice,
Yeah.
which I don't really care, I would say take your own advice. Be humble. That's all I'm saying.
She just wanted look. We don't need no hateration, no holleration in this dance
Man,
story,
whatever,
dancery.
whatever,
There's a
whatever,
whatever
whatever,
whatever Mary said, whatever Mary said.
whatever.
So
Put
look,
another 5 minutes on the clock, man. We
next
gotta talk
up,
about this next fight, man.
next up was Bret Hart versus Jenny Savage. And let's see, Bret Hart defeat Jenny Savage via third round TKO, minute 55. So was that 5 seconds? No, it was a 5 round. It was 5 rounds, wasn't it? Most of them are five
Yeah,
rounds. So it's
yeah.
5 rounds. So it's via third round, not at the end, but still at the end of the round. Um, not much to sort of say about the fight. She came out hard. She came out strong. She put it on her, and pretty much got the W. What I want to ask you with this is was Bret Hart disrespected real bad to beat
To,
Paige Van Zandt?
I said in the last show that if a person beats a person that is on the top, you shouldn't put that person on top of the person who beat them. That's all I'm saying about that. And Bret Hart put a 5 round performance where pretty much I thought she beat Paige Van Zandt all 5 rounds. I think the judges gave Paige 1 round. I think it was the fifth
Like,
round
as
when
the
she
fifth
came
round.
back on.
Yeah.
But I feel like Britain won that round as well too. And there was disrespect from BKFC, but we understand why they did it because Paige's name is the moneymaker. But to a certain extent, Bret Hart puts on a better performance than Paige does. If you watch Britain's fights, she actually puts on the performance that BKFC is trying to put out there. And she did some things in this fight that were great. And she's not the best technical fighter in BKFC, but she has the most heart and grit that you would like or that you do like in an individual that you one day will want to become a champion. So for me personally, I feel like the BKFC did disrespect her, but you can't hold her back no more. She's won two. Now she's beaten Paige Van Zandt. Now she's beating Jenny Savage. Now you're gonna have to put her in the limelight, even though you may not like what she does and how she does it. So for right now, Paige Van Zandt, she's on the map, baby. She's on the map.
Now,
She is on the map.
so here's the thing that I think about it. I don't necessarily think that they disrespected her by having her as the co-main event. Not 'cause it wasn't even a co-main event, was it?
No,
No.
she was the
She was
she
third
was the
up.
third fight. She was the
Now,
third fight.
okay, that was a bit disrespectful. Maybe co-main event, maybe double main event. I don't know why they say double main event, but it's the thing that they do. Now, with that being said, the only other alternative that I could think of is if they put Paige Van Zandt and them on this card, and then they did a totally separate card, which I believe by putting everyone on this card, we actually the same thing that we want the UFC to do sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
where if there's a championship fight at 155, let me get a title contender fight as the co-main event, or two fights down, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
That way, when somebody's got a performance, we like, yo, he's next. And then you go to the title fight, and then we start talking. It's like, man, he looked good in his fight. Can he put on the performance that the champion did? Something like that. I think that's kind of what they were trying to, look for it to happen. And even then, when it's all said and done, with Bret Hart and all that they do, I don't know if they push her or not. Still, wasn't even the second biggest story to come out of this fight. Even
Yeah.
though, even though I don't know, is she the favorite against everybody?
With her grit and determination, how she goes in there and she tries to stand and bang with everyone that's in the ring with her. I feel like she is top. She is the top 125, or especially after beating Paige Van Zandt. I feel like she can really. I think she can beat Rachel too, man. Just from her experience in BKFC and knowing what to do when she gets in that ring, I feel like she can beat Rachel. I feel like it's gonna be a tough one against Taylor, but we'll get in that a little bit later. But Jenny Savage, her whole energy before the fight was off for me. She didn't want to really answer no questions in the press conference. She only had one word answers. She was going back and forth with Britton Hart about what she said in a previous match that she had that Britton was commentating on, and it's just her overall energy was off for me, and it just seemed it seemed fake. I don't know what it was, but it just seemed fake to me. It might have been real for her and true for her, but it did not seem like I just felt off by her representation of herself before the fight. And when she got in the ring, she did some good things, but Britain just came in like a savage the third round, and she just went off on her. And I feel like there's something in the making, and I'll talk about it after we get to the next part of this of the BKFC 19.
How you gonna use somebody's nickname to describe somebody else? That's disrespectful. Said
I'm
came out
sorry.
like a savage. That's disrespectful. You should
Sorry.
apologize.
Hey,
So,
sometimes you gotta
you
put that
gotta put
word
some.
placement
You
in
gotta
there.
put some respect on the nickname.
Gotta put that word placement in
Put
that
some
shit.
respect on the nickname. 5 more
Yeah.
minutes on the clock, ladies and
Put a
gentlemen. We gonna
five.
go.
Yeah,
We're
put
gonna get
another
through this.
five on there, man. Hey, man, we gotta talk about the fight of the night, man. I gotta tell you right now, Taylor Starling versus Cassie Robb. If you go back to what I said in the last show, everything that I said happened. Taylor Starling came out with some energy. Her walkout was energized from the start to all the way she got to the ring. And then when she got in the ring, dog, I'm gonna tell you right now. If you went to the bathroom, you missed it. If you was in line to get a drink, you missed it. Because in 28 seconds, Taylor Starling pushed out 110 punches.
That was a. She did a. So what you? So what do you call that? We got to get at a name. I'm gonna call it the what you had said. You know how you got out the car and my man standing there and you walk up to him like, what's that you had said? No, you
Yeah,
said whenever you see me, it was on site. Is that what you
sight
had
on
said?
sight.
So go ahead on site. And then he stand up and you just make. Nah, that's what it was, man. It looked like she jumped on the star in Super Mario Brothers and just started hitting the thing, getting the one ups. She was just getting extra live. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that was, man. Did you see probably about it was 28 seconds. We did a lot of
yeah.
living in that 28 seconds.
A lot of living in 28
But
seconds, man. There
about
was a lot of living.
let's say 19 seconds. I don't have the actual number, but let's just say 19 seconds. At 19 seconds, as she's just unloading this freeway of a trailer
Unloading.
truck, she just starts like, ah, she's just screaming
Yeah.
and she's still unloading. I'm like, bruh.
Yes. Bro, I think what happened was when the ref said toe the line and knuckle up, I think she hit her because I was there. I was in the building on site. I was watching it live. And I feel like her second punch hit her directly in her eye and cut her open. And after that punch landed, Cassie could not get her wits about her. And she was just like surviving. And Taylor was just coming and she was unloading the kitchen sink. She was throwing them dub deuces. She ain't throwing no uppercuts, but she was throwing one twos, one twos, one twos for 28 seconds. And then all of a sudden, I was sitting there at 20. Look, I literally was in the building talking about at 20 seconds. Somebody better stop this. Somebody better stop this. And then finally at 28 seconds, the ref jumped in and stopped the fight, man. Hey, I'm just happy that whenever I said something, it come to fruition because I was just sitting there and I was like, man, everything I said came true. And then the post fight interview where she poured her emotions out to the crowd. So it's just one of those things that you get the attention or you get the crowd to feel you by the fact that she's doing it for her kids and she was happy that her family was in the building to actually watch her fight. It was just more inspirational to see somebody from, and I wouldn't say she's like a star or a celebrity right now in her own site, but there's 50 to 60,000 people that enjoy watching her fight as well as enjoy watching what she's doing in her daily life. And I can see in probably the next couple months, not only it'll be 60,000, be 150,000 people trying to see what Taylor Starling's all about. And I'm just happy for her, and I'm happy for the fact that she came in 28 seconds. She didn't really hurt anything. She didn't get banged and bruised up like she did in the last fight. And this is the making of something big right here, man. And the reason why I say the making of something big after the fight, post fight interviews, promoter was up saying that I think we got something, and I think the next fight we need to make is Taylor Starling versus Bret Hart. Now these two individuals like each other; they're friends, and they're like the only way we fight each other is for the belt and for some more money. And then ding dong, something went off in the promoter's mind or promoter's head, and he said it out loud. He said, "I'm gonna make a what is it, contender series type of matchup with four ladies fighting for the belt, and Taylor's now on the map in those top four. And I don't know who the
Did
other
he
two
make a
is.
tournament?
He does. He made a tournament on site, dog, and I'm excited for
That
it,
doesn't
man.
make hold on. That doesn't make no sense. That doesn't make no sense. I don't agree with that at all. That doesn't make any
Hey,
sense. But
hey,
yeah, where did
I'm
you make a
excited though.
tournament? So wait, but here's the thing: you've got two clear-cut people that you think should be fighting for a belt. Why don't they fight for a belt?
Well, there's two other individuals, I guess, in the
Who?
BKFC women's 125 that are up there as well.
Who?
She's gonna be fighting later on in September. I don't know her name off the top of my head, but once I get her name, I'll let you know.
Are you gonna have to look it up and tell me or something? Because if it would have been important enough, they'd have put it on this card. Here's the thing.
Well, they had a lot of fights on. I think she might have fought previously before, and they couldn't get on this card. I
Okay,
don't know.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
I
I
hear you.
don't know.
But
I
who?
don't know. But
So
I'm
here's the
excited
thing.
though.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. So this is what I missed opportunity in the post fight interviews, and they could have sat her down and said, "How do you feel about the fight?" Killer B, she could have been like, "So when we walked out there and the ref said knuckle up, I really took that to heart, so I knuckled up." But no.
uh,
So, but here's the question. Here's the question. Did she emerge higher than Bret Hart? Did she emerge as a bigger star in the making than Bret Hart?
yes, yes. I say yes because her first fight was probably fight of the year, and it was a bloodbath. It's one of those things where both ladies came out, and you could see the amount of fight they put into that first fight. And this fight right here was 28 seconds. So it's like the maturation or the improvement from the first fight of being in BKFC and being your first fight to the second fight, where it's like I know what I need to do when I get in there, and I need to do it from the beginning all the way till the ref stops it. I feel like her maturation from first fight to second fight is exponential compared to Britain Hart, who's already been in BKFC before, and she's been fighting for the promotion. She's finally got on the map because she beat Paige Bansett. Taylor Starling came out of nowhere.
But okay, well, here's the alternative to that. Did she miss a boat? Ain't too many
She
times.
jumped. She
Ain't
jumped.
no, that's not what I'm asking. Did she miss a boat? And ain't too many times that you can beat Paige Van Zant that you can say something. So Bret Hart beat Paige Van Zant. So we talk about that, right?
Yeah.
Had this next fight, instead of being Rachel Ostovich, being Taylor Starling, she goes out there and puts on a 28-second clinic. That's a skyrocket. So if she
Yeah.
goes out there and she fights Bret Hart for the belt, does that get the rub? Does that get the bump? And then the only other thing that we can hope for is that Paige Van Zant is an alternate on the outside of the tournament, because putting Paige Van Zant in this tournament would not make any sense.
I
And
don't think I don't think Paige is in the BKFC anymore.
no, she said she's going to continue fighting. We must take her word for that.
What?
She said she's going to continue on. You must take her word for it. It's a Paige Van Zant emerges to get a couple victories and come back, and then maybe Taylor is the champion at the time. Because I feel like her rise is more Nick and Nate Diaz-ish at this point. We're like, no, we're showing up because I know she's gonna bring it.
Yeah. Yeah, and she brings it.
Whether or not
And
she
she
fights
brings
for a belt or not, I'm showing up because I know ain't nothing but dub deuces and bungalows gonna be thrown in this fight.
Yeah. And they won't nothing but dub deuces and bungalows in this last fight.
I'm with it. I'm like I said the
Shit.
last time, BKFC 15. I'm not missing it.
Mark my words right now. I feel like if she does what she needs to do, she could be the face of this promotion. I think even bigger than Paige Van Zandt.
Ball, you heard it here first,
Hey,
Bobby
you
with
heard
the
it here first. Yeah.
bars. Hey,
Yeah.
look, now we can finally move on to number 2, TikTok. TikTok.
Before we get into TikTok, I gotta talk about what's in the bottom right corner right there. Stunting is a habit. Get likes us. Habits365.com/trash talk BS. You want to get that 10% discount on some of that apparel. And if you want your logo in the bottom right corner, all you gotta do is hit us up at.
My feet smell like butt at gmail.com.
Hey man, greatest email account ever made. Let's get into the next part of the show. TikTok. TikTok. Let's talk about some of these influencers that were on the clock at BKFC. Bars.
So we
Bars.
got Evil Hero versus Dakota Olave. Was it Olave?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I
Olave.
don't know. I don't know what it is.
I like
But in that
Olave.
so
Olave.
so sorry, I'm not gonna spend too much time on that fight right there. Evil Hero came in and he beat D Breaks off with Dakota.
But who's
Uh
the TikTok star?
uh man, I don't know the answer to that
Which
question.
one was the TikTok star? Because
I think both of them.
if it was Evil, no, one of them was like an amateur, and then finally this is this first, and then because Dakota looked like he should not have been there in there with Evil Hero,
What he was
but
saying was I watched the post by interview. What he was saying was is that he only had 26, 27 days to train, and he didn't know the fight was going to go on at the very beginning, and it was back and forth, and it's one of those things where he didn't start until actually it was signed. So you had 26 days. He came in with a game plan that didn't work. He lost, but
what
he did say that he was going to try to come back in 3 months, and he wanted to do it bare knuckle.
what the actual f bomb did you just
Dude,
say?
dude,
I
yeah,
He said,
26 days.
who in the hell does not train while also negotiating?
I amateurs, I guess. Not even amateurs. I think couch
Who
potatoes. I don't know, man.
who is not training while negotiation is
Man,
happening?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't
Okay,
know.
okay, whatever.
And
Evil
and, and
Hero
that's
beats
all.
Dakota Olave.
Yeah.
What about the next one? Who's the TikToker? And are they both TikTokers?
Man, I don't know, and I really don't care because we ain't even up there in that status yet, so we can't even really talk about them
I
on
don't
that
even know who won
platform.
that fight.
But I think shoot, DK. I think DK
Hold on.
Money won that fight
No,
right there.
no. Nick Ireland defeated DK Money
Yes, you're right.
via majority decision. No
Yes,
scores
yes,
read. Uh,
yes. So
let's talk about the
so
elephant
Nick,
in the room too.
what?
No, we'll come back after the Blueface because they had him on also. We'll come back to it.
So Nick Ireland, it was controversial. DK thought he won that fight. I didn't feel like DK looked good in that fight. I feel like sometimes he was throwing some rabbit punches, and he actually trained for it. He didn't look that good. I didn't think he looked
Oh,
that
it was
good.
that fight. No, he did not.
He did not look that
He
good.
did not. Not
Nah,
at all.
nah, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
The
He
other
threw
guy
some
looked.
rabbit
The other
punches.
guy looked better. Like
He did.
if I look at someone as a fighter, because I'm not gonna do the thing where I look at these guys and I go, yo, he can't fight, because that they're going out here, they're participating, they're doing the damn thing. Is get them all some trophies for
Yeah,
participation. I appreciate it, but somebody who actually went out there and went, let me learn.
yeah,
I think was Nick Ireland. I remember that fight now. DK Money, if he actually trained for this fight, I don't know what kind of training he did. Not exactly sure. If he's a TikTok star, he's got a lot of money, so I guess he's fine either way. But as far as
yeah.
training for this fight, if he's a TikTok star and he's got a lot of money, he should have hired someone else. I'm just putting that out there.
Hey, let's get into the main event of the influencers. Blueface is not a TikToker or a YouTube star, but he is a rapper, and he came out with some nice moves last night, man. How do you feel about Blueface as a fighter, man?
So I just first and foremost, I want you to stop and let's witness the all of the form of this pure power puncher that is the rapper Blueface. He's gonna have to change his name to Blueface Killer. Look at my man as he go. That magnificent
that's some of that rope dope right
6'10"
there, ain't it?
frame throwing. Now, I'm just
That's
being
that
a hater.
Muhammad Ali.
I'm
That's
just
that
being a
Muhammad Ali
hater.
right
But
there.
I need you to know one thing. In watching this fight, in a sense that like he actually tried.
Yeah,
Does that make sense? Not in the
yeah,
sense that he actually went out there and tried to fight. No, he actually went out there with a game plan that he
yeah,
tried to do. And he also, because you could see when they were talking to him, okay, when this happens, we're gonna do this. When this happens, we need to turn up the pace and all this, that, and the other. So I I ain't even mad at you. I ain't
I
even
ain't
mad
mad
at your
at
boy.
him. I saw some good head movement, but I don't know his name, Trujillo. He was on a different level than Blueface, but I don't feel like they were on a level at all. But you
No.
could see a lot of head movement from Blueface, and you could see that he was more comfortable in the ring. He was gassed after the end of the fifth round, but you can see he was more comfortable in the ring than Trujillo. Hopefully, I'm saying his name right. I don't want to say it wrong,
I think
but
the two L's make a yell sound.
yeah, I think so. I think so. I don't want to say his name wrong, but I feel like his best punches were not even in the actual fight.
Hey, look, I'm not even gonna hate on him. I'm not even gonna hate on him
Dude, look at
because,
that form right
but
there.
it's not even the form. It's not the form. It's not anything. I need you to know. Blueface, respect. Not so much as respect for like what you did, because the whole thing after the fight was over was wrong, but he didn't do the thing where someone jumps in the ring, so he jumps behind somebody and then
Yeah,
acts all hard.
yeah,
Nah, Blueface was like, hey, on site.
yeah.
He said,
You
I
know he
don't know.
about that life.
I don't know if he knew the dude that jumped in the ring,
I don't think
but
so.
soon
I don't
dude
think so.
jumped in the ring. He squared up, ready to go. I said,
Yeah,
look,
yeah.
this this should not happen. The promoter was probably angry when it happened. I understand that. Not anything that we should talk about, not anything that we should like, glorify fans. Please don't jump in the ring, especially with like real fighters and get you rocked. I just need you to know that. But my man didn't jump behind somebody
No, he did.
and then start acting all hard. First, he was like, he ran up on him like he was going to bounce him out anyway.
Yeah,
And then whenever it was all said and done, he was just chilling. It could have been more fans jumping in there. Anybody, he like, y'all got this? All right,
yeah.
because I had to get that.
He was actually sitting on the ring, just trying to catch his breath, man. And he threw three punches that connected, man. They
Yeah.
look like they connected. But look though, story time. I was in the building, and I'm glad I was in the building because I'm gonna tell you right now. Do you know that every arena has, I wouldn't call them rent a cops, but the security guards.
Uh-huh.
They got the yellow shirts on, blue shirts on, whatever. They in there just, make sure people don't go in the wrong door and stuff like that. There was a security guard, and I'm telling you, he had a mama I made it moment. He said, "This is for the hood. This is what I've been training for moment." This guy jumped in the ring, and when he saw that dude got three-piece, that dude, he put him in the chokehold. He was choking him. He done slid him through the daggone ring, and then he was sliding him while choking him down the whole where the walkthrough.
They messed
That
up all the lights.
he was he was choking him all the way. He had a mama I made it moment, man. And shouts out to that security guard who did that, man, because I know that you felt good and you really wanted to choke somebody out and you had the opportunity and it was a fan and he was not bigger than you, he was smaller than you, and he wasn't even fighting it, and he was just choking the hell out of him all the way to the back, man. Hey, shouts out to him, man. But the last thing I want to talk about though, promoter wasn't very happy about these influencer fighters, man. Seriously, he was not very happy about it. They did question him at the post-fight interview, saying that will he do it again, and he was like, "If we do it again, it's gonna be later on." I think he got what he needed out of it, which is more eyes on BKFC, which is good for the promotion. But he didn't like the fact that these individuals were wearing gloves. This is BKFC. This is bare knuckle. And he said it in the post fight that if we do it again, it's gonna have to be bare knuckle. So if we get influencers coming up in there again, bare knuckle. I don't know if they're gonna do bare knuckle, man. I'm just saying. I don't know if they're gonna do that. I don't know if they're gonna do bare knuckle.
Promoter. He signed off on it.
Yeah.
At what point did he decide that he wasn't happy with this?
After the fact, because
So he could
I
only.
think
So this is
I
what
think he's
happened.
just
They
wanting views
tied
on
his
it, man.
hands. They tied his
Yeah.
hands. I think he kind of wanted bare knuckle, but they was like, "Nah, we're gonna wear gloves, a la like KSI Logan Paul kind of deal."
Yeah.
And they were like, "Well, if we can't do it here, then we'll do somewhere else." So he had to actually cave
Yeah.
and do that. But you can't double down, single down, or whatever you have to after the fight's over and say, "No, I did not like this" when you signed off on it. Because if these guys who are going to bring eyes to your show, no surprise, if they say we don't want to fight bare knuckle or we want to fight with something on our thighs, he gonna have to do it so he can get them eyes. Bars. That's what I
Hey
do.
man, I knew you were coming with the
I
bars,
was gonna
man.
come with the bars,
I heard
but
I heard the rhymes in there.
he's gonna what is he gonna do? I understand that it's BKFC, but I I don't know who following these people, but a lot of people
Man,
follow him. If they want to
but
wear gloves, I guarantee you he's either gonna if he want the eyes,
true,
he ain't gonna turn it down.
true. But here's the thing though. I was reading between the lines. He didn't actually say it out loud like that. But the last thing he did say is that we're gonna try to stick to bare knuckle. So
Okay,
we'll try to do it later on, but we're gonna try to stick to bare knuckle. But
it's
you
gonna
got
be a
anything
lot.
else?
It's gonna be a lot to ask TikTokers to fight bare knuckle.
It is. It is. But if the
That's
money's
gonna
there, they might do it. You never
what?
know.
How did we get to say the word TikToker?
I don't know,
It
man.
used to be YouTuber. The
I
YouTubers are fighting. Now it's the TikTokers.
TikTokers.
Oh
They
no,
had,
I don't.
hey man, they had a lot of other influences in the building last the other night too, Friday night. There was a lot of big name influences in the building, and then there also was some celebs in the building too. There was one of the singers from B2K was in the building too. I saw him. I said hello. I said what's up,
Was it B
and
two or K?
B2 and K,
All
and
three of them are there. All right.
oh no, it's just one. I forgot his name. Uh, it wasn't a Marion, but he was in
That's
the
all I
building.
want to know.
I asked him if he was doing okay and if everybody's taking care of him. He said, "Yeah, we good." I said, "All right, cool." I wasn't starstruck anybody, but I recognized who it
You
was.
ain't know
But
his name. What you mean I wasn't starstruck?
man, I knew who it
Hey,
was.
you
I
that
knew who
famous
it was.
dude. You that famous dude,
I
man.
knew who he was.
No,
That's all I can say.
I don't have anything else about the TikTok.
Hey man, before we get into Tilly Dilly or Tilly Deals is back, man, I gotta talk about what's in the bottom right corner, man. Stunting is a habit. So get like us, habits 365. That's what we try to live by every single day. Hit that .com/trash talk BS for a 10% discount on all the apparel there. If you want your logo in the bottom right corner, all you gotta do is hit us up at
My feet smell like butt at gmail.com.
hey man, greatest email kind ever made. Let's get into the next part of the show, man. Tilly Deals back
Tilly,
again.
Tilly Deals back again. Back with that 45. Yeah, hey, Jewels is underrated. First and foremost, TJ Dillashaw defeats Corey Sandhagen via split decision at UFC. I believe it was a fight night on ESPN Plus. First and foremost, great fight.
Congratulations.
Second and foremost, he did show us after the 2-year layoff that he can compete on the high level, just
Is he
like
clean?
what you call it said.
Off them
Uh,
drugs?
no such thing as ring rust. You know. With that being said, is TJ Dillashaw back to contend for the 135 division's best, the belt and all the glory to reclaim? Do you want to go ahead on and get that out of the way so we could talk about Tilly Dills the fighter? Or do you want to wait to the end? Or you just gonna throw
No,
jabs? You just
we're
want to
gonna
throw
throw
jabs?
jabs right now, man.
You just throw
First of
jabs all
all,
the
I
time.
want to say is fuck TJ. Seriously, I was hoping you're gonna lose this fight. Um, the reason for that was that you're a cheater. Once a cheater, they say once a cheater, always a cheater. I'm glad he was off the drugs for this fight right here, and I was hoping Sandhagen was gonna come in, submit him, maybe break a leg or something. I don't know. I was just hoping Sandhagen was come in and get this dub. Sandhagen put on a great performance, but overall didn't come out with the victory. It's a majority decision, TJ. So congratulations on the win. I'm not happy for you because I was hoping for you to lose and then you'll fall by the wayside and then get up out of UFC. But I feel like this is gonna be a Greg Hardy story. It's not gonna be as bad because he ain't beat nobody. He ain't beat no women or no woman, so it won't be as bad. But he still cheated the game. And for us to say, is he gonna be in the top of the 135 division? Do we really want to see that? And if he gets 2 or 3 more wins on his belt, everybody's gonna forget that he cheated, which I don't like. I hate that part. But let's get into the analyzation of the fight itself and
No, we
what you
can't.
feel
What
about
you
TJ.
mean we
It
need
is
to?
what it is.
What you mean? Hold on. First off, hold on. Analyzation of fight. That's the wrong one. Let's go up. We got to go forward. All right. So TJ Dillashaw, he gets the W. Suffered a nasty cut. Nasty cut.
It was
Like
in a weird place too on his face, y'all.
nasty cut.
It
Like
was in a
look
weird
how
place.
close it was to getting in his eye.
That's
And
just
something
crazy.
about he popped his knee. and all that back and forth. It was a close fight. He kind of got after it. Everything cool and copacetic. Now, with that being said, we can't just gloss over that. So, my question to you is, as such, why is it that we are condemning TJ Dillashaw over other athletes that have also done the same thing, that have tested positive for we group them all together. I'm pretty sure it was EPO. I don't know if it was steroid use. I'm pretty sure it was EPO. But why are we basically condemning TJ Dillashaw over a lot of the other athletes that have also done this? Because we still like Anderson Silva, but
True,
we're not saying once a cheater, always a cheater. We're not calling it. So a lot of things that I hear with TJ Dillashaw. Now, I'm not excusing the fact that my man took a controlled substance when he should not have, and he got caught and he got his 2 years that he served. That's not what I'm saying. Do I agree with any of that? No, not at all. All I'm saying is we are at this point condemning him to where we don't even want to see your boy fight. At this fact that we still love Anderson Silva. We gonna watch him, But Anderson Silva got popped for what the horse meat one. The steroid? Canelo Alvarez said it was the horses. Was it? Was it the horse meat? Pico Graham, what's his name? Pico Man. What's Pico Man name? John Jones. You know what I mean?
it was a picogram, man.
It was a Pico Graham. What Pico Man name is?
People say the same thing about John Jones, man.
But
Just
not
John
to
Jones
this
didn't get
extent.
suspended like that.
But
People don't like John Jones. People like
Yes.
TJ Dillashaw.
No. Ho. Go outside in the universe. You in Florida, I'm in North Carolina. Let's ask 100 people and see how many people actually like TJ Dillashaw. I ain't met one yet. Everybody wanted to see TJ Dillashaw lose, to the point that he was the champion, and the only reason why he was no longer champion, he got stripped, right? Did he get stripped? He went down to flyweight, and then he lost that fight, but then he got popped, and then he got suspended, to the point where he's now the underdog. Which means that I'm thinking that nobody liked TJ Dillashaw.
If it wasn't for his shit talking, man.
Is it though? Because
I feel like, here's the thing, man. I feel like if you're doing a illegal substance, you put it in your body. And if you're doing something illegal, you shouldn't be talking that much shit.
Okay. Now I'm look at me. You see when the light cut on, the little bling, it cut on. I can get behind you on that.
Because I was talking shit.
I was gonna say, in this instance with Tilly Deals, is that, like, did you want him to think of a lie? I'm trying to figure out, like, why is it we're condemning him? Because he owned up to it? Because when he got caught, he was like, shit, I was just trying to
he knew he was doing it.
I was just trying to
shit.
Do a little something, and then that's my bad. I got caught. Unlike it's a picogram, or it was a tainted subly.
It's alleged.
A tainted substance.
Alleged. I didn't know it was in my body.
Or I didn't know what I was doing, or anything like that. He just basically went, my bad. I didn't think y'all was gonna catch me, But we still love him. But another person who sort of owned up to it, Chael Sonnen. We still like Chael Sonnen. I don't know if he fought afterwards. I think he did. When he got suspended, he fought afterwards. And he's
Chael Sonnen.
He like, my bad.
But Chael is Chael, to me, but I can say all about me personally, is a likable person.
So TJ Dillashaw wasn't likable, then got popped, and then that's what made it worse.
Yes.
Now I'm following.
Yes. And when I said earlier that people like him, I feel like I misspoke. I feel like people listen to all his shit talk and they followed because he was backing it up, not knowing that he was having some kind of illegal substance inside of him that was helping him back the shit talking up.
Allegedly.
So it's one of those things.
We don't know.
Yeah,
we don't know. We don't know when, because that EPO could have been needed to further get his body down to 125. He was killing himself to make 125. You know, and that could have been when he was taking the illegals. We just don't know. But it calls into question all of the good that he's done because of
Exactly.
that. And I understand. Okay.
Exactly.
I'm with you. We had to gloss over the actual fight until he deals back because we just needed to iron that out. I felt like that was more important. You
Yeah,
know?
because I think Sandhagen might be on the back end of his career. Um, he's
I
a
don't
great
think so.
fighter. He's a great fighter, man. Sandhagen's a great fighter, man. But
I
I
don't think
think
so.
I think he might have ran into TJ. TJ was after 2 years he was yearning for a fight, and he was going to go out dead or alive at the end of that fight right there, because that cut over his eye and his knee getting put into a position where he was lingering on it for the rest of that fight. Any other fighter in that position probably either would have tapped or the doctor would have called it, because it's just one of those things where I don't know. I don't know. He's just got a lot of grit and determination, but uh, hopefully he does well. And we'll see. We'll see. It makes that 135 division a lot more
Interesting.
interesting.
Because we
Makes a
get
lot
that
of interesting.
we get the Floyd Mayweather out
Yeah.
of it. We've got
I,
people we want to see win, we got people we
yeah.
want to see lose, and all
Main
that.
event. I'm finna throw a main event at you. TJ Dillashaw versus my boy.
Algerman?
Hell no. You know what I'm talking about. It's the only fight that probably can get made right now because he's not in the top 10. And TJ is one of those trying to get back into the top
Who
10.
is your
You
boy?
know what I'm talking about, my boy. You gonna
Sugar
come through
Sean?
here. Sugar Sean, baby. That's a
Ain't no
main
way.
event fight
Ain't no
right
way.
there.
Ain't no way they
That's a
put that on.
main event
No, no,
fight
no,
right
no.
there.
We can't gloss over Corey Sandhagen. Also, Corey Sandhagen is not on his way out. Listen to what happened. Listen to what happened. He beats Rafael Asuncao, right? He lost to Aljamain Sterling. Okay? Setback. That's when he lost to the rear naked choke. After he lost to Aljamain Sterling, he beat Marlon Moraes and then beat Frankie Edgar with a flying knee.
Franco on the back end.
Yeah, but look, Frankie on the back end, but who gonna beat Frankie besides anybody that can fight?
TJ can beat him with his grit and determination.
And then he lost to T.J. Dillashaw. I don't think he presses the gas pedal like 3 times during this fight, and I think he gets the victory. I think he was on that back foot a little much. I could see what was scoring, but by the criteria of MMA, it therefore was not scoring. If this was like a UFC fight with no takedowns or something, to where those weren't necessarily scoring, I could see even being on that back foot how he was effective. That landed him more. But getting out grappled the way that it did, even though he was standing, giving up his back, like DC was saying, I feel like weighed in a lot on the judges, which the judges were making some bad decisions anyway.
Man, judges always make bad decisions in UFC, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I'm
And
calling it main event November. TJ Dillashaw versus my main man, Sugar Sean O'Malley. I'm telling you, that's what's gonna be. It's gonna be a nice one too. That's gonna be a nice little call right there. Nice little call.
All right. Let's see it.
Man, before we get into the next part of the show was UFC 265 pick'ems. Where Sean's gonna Sean the guru pick's gonna pick his top 5 in the main call. Yeah, hey, if you want to put some money on the line, bet with Shine. Bars. But but look though, before we get into the next part of the show, man, I gotta talk about something. Look, Trash Talk with Bob and Shine is going to do their annual. Last year was the first annual. This will be the second annual fantasy football league. We're going to do a fantasy football league this year. So get in where you fit in. If you want to get into it, we're going to have 12 teams. Depending on how many teams we get, it might be 10. But it's going to be weekly bonuses this year. It's going to be a higher pay-in. There's going to be weekly bonuses, and there's also going to be bonuses for winning your division as well as going to the playoffs. So just get in where you fit in. If you want to get in, all you got to do is hit us up at
My feet smell like butter at gmail.com.
Man, do it now, because the spots might fill up fast. Let's get into the next part of the show, man. UFC 265 pick'ems.
UFC 265. Listen, we won't even put 5 minutes on the clock. We don't even need 5 minutes. We're gonna jump. We're gonna jump right into it. It's not a bad card at all. Not a bad card at all. I'm not mad. in the least bit. I promise you. With this card, you got in the main event Derek Lewis versus Cyril Gahn. It's not an expert pick or anything, so don't bet with me because I'm gonna do the same thing you're doing. I'm betting with my heart. Derek Lewis.
I feel like Derek Lewis got the experience in the UFC, as well as this is his moment. This is his opportunity. Derek Lewis comes out on top, knocks him out, second round.
Co-main event. I think this is the closest that we see Amanda Nunes versus Juliana Pena. This is the closest that we see Amanda Nunes coming to an upset besides the Jermaine Durandamy fight. I feel like this will be the closest to an upset that we get, but Amanda Nunes still peels it out. Do you want my picks or not? Why are you making that face, folks?
Man, because Amanda Nunes is going to maul.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think.
Amanda Nunes is on a different level. She going to maul her.
Could be wrong. Could be wrong.
She's a plus 15,000 favorite in this fight. Should be.
If she's plus that much, I'm gonna have to take that back.
I'm sorry. She'll minus 15,000 in this fight.
If she minus 15,000, I'm gonna take that back because anything can happen. Anything can happen. Jose Aldo versus Pedro Munoz.
I don't want to see it.
I got Pedro Munoz in this fight.
Pedro in 8 seconds.
Jose Aldo, I'm not exactly sure.
Oh.
You know, I understand that he can continue on, but at some point, this the bantamweight cut is
you're gonna get him.
It's gonna have to get him. You know. Now he did look good in that
still lost.
In his other fight. No, it was 145 when he beat. I don't remember. I know, but he looked good for that 135.
Did he lose though?
He did.
Okay then.
But he looked good. I thought it was gonna be way worse. But to also be aging and going down in weight seems to be an opposite effect. So I don't know how I'm going. I have to bet with my brain and go Pedro Munoz. Welterweight. This
like
fight,
to the prime with no date, man. You look good, but do you got a date though? No. Go to the next fight.
It doesn't make any sense. Welterweight. This fight is wrong. This fight is wrong.
Why?
This fight should have been on the third fight up of the Conor McGregor card, or it should be like a co-main event of a different UFC card. It should not be the fourth fight down. I don't believe so. Michael Chiesa versus Vicente Luque is going to be nothing but pure fire. Even if you didn't know who these two guys were and they were in a big fight, like what's called Poirier versus the champ. Ooh, I done lost it. It's gone.
Are you talking about
Charles Oliveira?
Yeah.
Charles Oliveira. If they're the co-main event, even if you don't know them, you do know and understand that as that fight happens, you go, wow, I need to figure out who these guys are. That ain't going to be nothing but pure chaos, and it's going to be fun to watch. Now, in that fight, whoever wins, I'm going to have to, I don't know. I like Vicente Luque in this fight just for his sheer toughness alone. I don't think that Michael Chiesa can just put it on him so much that he just gets overwhelmed. So I got Vicente by pretty much over toughing it. Bantamweight, you got Song Yadong versus Casey Kenny. I like Song Yadong in that fight. Not too much to say about that, but I do like Song Yadong in that fight. The undercard of this fight, do I see anything? Jinyu Frey versus Ashley Yoder will be a good fight. Tune into that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Not too much to where we take any extra time. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to be a bad card. I know I hated on it. Because I wanted to see Francis Ngannou. But it's okay.
Yeah, man. We didn't see Francis Ngannou too.
We didn't get it. It's fine. It's still a good card. And guess what? I'm going to tune in and watch it, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm tuning in as well, man. It's going to be a card that you would want to see. And that main event fight is going to be some fireworks. But like you said before, that that Vicente Luque fight. Oh boy, it's gonna be the dub deuces and some uppercuts. Somebody gonna get knocked behind the watch machine, and they might come back and knock the other person behind the watch machine too.
I think it's gonna
But
be one
look,
of those. Yeah.
so that's your UFC 264 pickums, man. If you want to get like Sean, man, get on Bet Online and do that parlay. Go ahead and get your easy $2,000. Go ahead and put them bets in. Now, go ahead and put them bets in. But before we get into the next part of the show, man, and other news, man, we gotta talk about habits365.com. We want to, if you want to stunt like us and you want to create great good habits 365 days a year, hit that / trash talk BS for a 10% discount on the apparel so you can wear it while you do it. And if you want to get your logo in the bottom right corner, all you gotta do is hit us up at
My feet smell like butter. Gmail.com.
hey man, greatest email account ever made, man. In other news, what we talking about, Sean?
In other news, ladies and gentlemen, this is rumored to be in the works. Logan Paul versus Anderson Silva, ladies and gentlemen.
That's very intriguing, man. That's very intriguing.
How?
To me, that's very intriguing because I feel like Anderson Silva being on the back end of his career, especially in the MMA world and shooting into boxing, I feel like he has the hands to beat Logan Paul, but I feel like Logan Paul is overlooking Anderson Silva because of his age. I don't think Anderson Silva's gonna come in there like a Floyd Mayweather. I feel like Anderson Silva's coming in there to throw them deuces, them dub deuces.
Which one? Who fought? Which one?
Anderson Silva fought what's his name?
No, he was supposed to fight Roy Jones. Never did.
No. Anderson Silva fought he just recently
Chavez.
fought. Yeah, Chavez the third.
Yeah, Julio Cesar Chavez. That's who he did.
Yeah,
He just boxed
him.
him.
He beat
And
him.
he beat him. And Logan Paul fought Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, but
And then he
Logan
was talking
Paul
about
fought
fighting Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
Now he landed on Anderson Silva. Now,
I think that's better.
Listen. If you would have said the Woodley fight was off, and you'd have said Anderson Silva versus Jake Paul, I might have had more to say about this. But Logan Paul, I still don't even think is the best Paul brother.
Here we go.
Logan Paul can't fight.
Here we go.
Logan Paul can't fight. He can't. I'm not gonna lie to you, he can't fight.
Son, you trying to get you a fight with Logan Paul, man?
Logan Paul can't fight. You can't get a fight with somebody who can't fight. No, listen. As somebody that's progressing in their career, his brother Jake Paul is progressing further. If you put him in there against Anderson Silva, I might think about it. They still got me thinking about whether you got us trying to make excuses for the Tyron Woodley fight. Tyron Woodley was Strikeforce world champion. Tyron Woodley was UFC world champion. And I'm thinking twice about him fighting Logan Paul. Not Logan, but Jake Paul. But when it comes to Logan Paul and he's fighting Anderson Silva, I just can't see it. Now, if it was Anderson Silva versus Jake Paul, I would have something to say about it. But there was nothing shown when he fought Floyd Mayweather, who weighed in at 97 pounds, and Logan Paul weighed in at 253. Didn't see anything. He's not going to push Anderson Silva around at all.
No.
Anderson Silva ain't been retired for daggone what was the Berto fight? Was that his last fight? He been retired since the one in Japan, Nasakawa, the fight.
Yeah,
I understand that he continues to train, but Anderson Silva just trained, just fought. I got Anderson Silva by boxing, and we all went when he fought Julio Cesar Chavez. We all went in that fight, and we said, wait a minute, we forgot that Anderson Silva could box like that.
Yeah.
We all said that, right? Because we said it before when he was trying to fight Roy Jones Jr. Because we all was like, nah, if anybody in the UFC can box, is who? Anderson Silva, KJ Noons, Nick and Nate Diaz, but those guys could box. And then when he went out there and boxed him, he's like, oh yeah, he could box. Now he's going to go out there and fight Logan Paul? No, homie, you can't convince me.
And say it one more time. Logan what?
Logan Paul can't fight. He can't. Man, bruh. If the switch the fights, and I'll be interested. Switch the fights. Logan Paul versus Tyron Woodley. Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva.
Oh.
And I would be interested in this fight.
Oh.
Either way, I don't think Logan Paul's going to win. He's just going to not win worse against Anderson Silva. Just put it out there. And I'm doing this. I got my hateration and my holleration in this dance story or dancery or whatever Mary said. I got it. I understand that. But I am also, in that same sense, giving props to somebody whose whole point is for us to hate him. I give him props. He's probably out working right now. I give him props. Yeah. That's cool. Logan Paul is going to progress a lot further. No, Jake Paul. This is so confusing. One of y'all need to change y'all names. Jake Sunrise. Be Jake Sunrise. Logan Paul is going to progress a lot further and faster than
Jake Paul.
I ain't got nothing else to say about this. I give up.
I'm still gonna tune in. I'm still gonna tune in.
I'm tuning in to see Anderson Silva showcase his boxing skills against Logan Paul. If the only thing he could do right now, Logan Paul pull out the fight right now.
True.
Hell, I feel like he'd have, like you said, I feel like he'd have a better chance against Mike Tyson.
I don't feel like he'd have a good chance against Mike Tyson. Because Mike Tyson, like I said before, has that off switch. And it's nasty. He might not wake up.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Why don't we have Anderson Silva versus Mike Tyson?
What?
Wow. Yeah. Change the game on their ass.
I don't know.
Why don't we have that?
Anyone that fights Mike Tyson needs to have brain damage. That's all I'm going to say. Because to get in the ring with a killer like that, I don't feel like you should do it.
But is that not more intriguing?
It is more intriguing, but I just don't feel like you should do it.
Is that not way more intriguing if we got Anderson Silva versus Mike Tyson?
I just don't feel like you should do it.
Okay. That's fine. What else you got, Bob?
Man, that's all I got tonight, man. I thought it was a good show, man. BKFC 19 was a blast. The Tik Tokers was a dud. Tilly deals to me. Fuck them. UFC 265 pick'ems. If you want to get like Shine, get them bets in, and do a parlay, get it in. And then other news, try to talk about that Anderson Silva versus that Logan Paul. Shine says Logan Paul can't fight. You got anything else for the people, man? You got anything else for the people?
That's all I got, man. It's been real.
Yeah, it's always real, man.
It's been good.
It's been good tonight.
But it ain't been real good.
Never that.
Logan Paul can't fight. Holla.
Peace.